Today we are going to start with the new chapter Thinking and Decision Making in Cognitive Approach in IB Psychology. Hi all, Sonia Anand here in Sonia Psychology classes, and let's get started. So the very first thing is that what is thinking? Well, all the images that you see, all the sounds that you hear are the building blocks of the thinking. So how do you actually think? The thoughts that are running in your mind, that is a procedure, it's a process that thinking is taking place. I'll start from the very beginning. Now you have senses, right? Your ears, eyes, your touch, smell, taste, all these are your senses. And you are continuously sensing the world around you. So there is an environment around you and you're continuously sensing so many things. So when you're sensing all these things, what is happening? You are collecting information. So abundance of information is getting collected. Now what do we do with this? It is just data, it is just information, it doesn't mean anything at all. Our mind puts meaning to this information. So when so much of information is being collected, things are happening, some event is going on, cooking is happening, things are happening at my workplace and so on. So when I am collecting, I'm sensing all these things around me, I'm collecting all the information. When I combine, I make a meaning out of it according to my perception, according to my understanding, according to my past experiences. I make a sense out of thing, and I am combining this new information with my old information, with my schema, with my memory, with my past experiences. So this combination of all these things together and making a sense out of it is called as thinking. I'll just give you an example here. For example, you have gone to your friend's house and it's very late at night, and all of a sudden one of your friend who was supposed to drop you back at home, she has ditched you and she has gone somewhere, and now you're all alone. Now this all is what? This is information. Information is it is late night. Information is that you are at your friend's place. Third piece of information is that your friend who was supposed to drop you has ditched you now. And fourth, you can't get back home all by yourself, all alone that late at night. Now these are all information that you are having, and that is it. Now let's put some sense into it. Now from your past experiences and from your learning, you realize one thing, that I can't step out all alone, or I can't take a cab right now at this point of time because it's very late, it's very unsafe for me. So I'm not going to take that decision. So what you're doing, you are now thinking, what are the alternatives? What can I do? Can I tell my other friend to drop me? Can I call my dad and tell me that he can come and pick me up? So when you have all this information and when your mind starts to run, considering your schemas, your perception, your understanding of the situation, your past experiences, your pre-existing knowledge, and the combination of all this information together, when you run your mind, that is called thinking. So now I've given you an example and I've given you points here as well. I hope now that you have understood what exactly thinking is. Let's understand what is decision making. Thinking is a prerequisite of decision making. You can't take a decision unless and until you're thinking about it. So first comes the information, then comes in your thinking, and then comes your decision making. I just gave an example, you being out somewhere at your friend's place. Now this is what happened. You had all the information that what all is happening. Then you have lot many choices. Now after you're done with your thinking process, okay, like now it's unsafe to go back, what should I do, what are the options? So what happens, this is the thinking that is happening. While you are thinking, in that you always have the options. I just gave an example, my friend can drop me, I can call my dad, he can come and pick me up, or the neighbors can come, or my so and so friend can drop. So there are so many options that are there. So out of the alternatives, you feel, okay, the safest and the best one, I think, let me call my dad and he can come to pick me pick me up. So this is the decision making. You have decided that out of all these alternatives or choices, this is the one that I feel is a good enough. So that is a decision making. Or like thinking, you're looking at your wardrobe. Again, there is a lot of information. There are so many clothes that you have in your wardrobe. Now this is information. Now you start thinking, it's a party I'm going to, people will be dressed up formally. I think I should think of something that is formal. So this is thinking that is happening. And then you have a set of clothes, 4 to 5 pieces are there. You are thinking, should I wear a skirt or a dress or a pant or whatever it is. So these are the alternatives, these are the choices that you have. And then you think, I think it's thinking again happening, it's cold outside and maybe it is outdoor happening, so I think I should be wearing pants rather than skirt. I don't want to freeze out to death. So you decide that you are going for the pants. So this is a decision making. So this is what thinking and decision making works. Now let's do two models, normative model and descriptive model. The first is normative model. What exactly it is? It is something that is based on the logic and how it should happen. So the focus is all on that this should happen like this. Focus is majorly on, understanding from the logical point of view. It makes sense. So it's more theoretical kind of a thing. It's a little more unrealistic. For example, all men are mortal. First statement. Second statement, all Greeks are men. Second statement, hence all Greeks are mortal. So this is a logical thing. Under this comes in the theory of probability. For example, now that this is an example of normative model, under which comes in the probability theory, which says that, for example, you are running a business. Now, in running a business, how you're going to achieve success or if you might fail. So these are the alternatives on the basis of your past experiences, on the basis of the statistics, the data, previous data that you have, the past things that you have seen in the past. According to that, if you make a decision, if you choose this very alternative, you're likely to succeed. Hence, you should take this alternative. You should be deciding on this. So this is from the logical point of view. Logically speaking, you are considering your past experiences, considering the statistics, considering all the things logically, and then making a decision, so you're likely to succeed. This is a normative model, normative theory, where you are focusing everything from the logical point of view. Now the problem with normative model is that it looks good only in books. So it is very theoretical in nature, that these are the things, this should happen, and this is how it should be. You should be taking your decision. But in real life, things don't happen like that. Things are not that simplistic. Things are more complicated, and it is very, normative model is very unrealistic in nature. Hence comes in your descriptive model. Descriptive model is more realistic in nature as compared to normative model. So descriptive models are the realistic kind of a model where people actually think in real life, have more real life patterns in it, and it is in a much deeper level of meaning. So this is what descriptive model is. I'll just give you an example here. Let's say it's a Saturday night, you're sitting at home and you have an option of going out. You have been invited in a party, so they've called you to socialize, which is really good for your business. Now logically speaking, you should be going to this party because it is going to benefit your business. You're going to get profit for your business because you're going to meet so and so people who are going to help you in your business. So logic says that you should be going to this party, and moreover, it's a Saturday night, you have absolutely nothing else to do. So this is, you should be doing. This is normative model. Now descriptive model is much more deeper than this, the realistic thing in the world. Maybe let's say I'm an introvert, or I just don't feel like, or there is something I'm hesitant about. There are emotions, there are feelings, there are some decisions because of my past experiences that I don't want to go to this party. I know it is logically good for me, I should be going in this party, but I just don't want to. So I take a decision that I don't want to go to this party. So that could be because of number of reasons. So that is a descriptive model. So I hope now you have understood between normative and descriptive. In this session, in this lecture today, we'll be majorly talking about descriptive model, because that is what intrigues the psychologists, that what is it that people take decision, that is not always logical, which is little different from the logics, and how they take a decision, what makes them take a decision. These all things comes under descriptive model. So we'll be studying more on this. Now there are two further theories under the descriptive model. So two theories under descriptive model is theory of reasoned action, we call it as TRA, and theory of planned behavior, TBA. So first is theory of reasoned action. What does this theory say? Theory of reasoned action means that according to this theory, people behave in a very rational and logical manner. So whatever is logically correct or rationally correct, people are likely to behave that ways. So this is what TRA says. For example, you go to a party. Now start from the backward to the beginning. So you can see the diagram here. In the last, it is behavior. So let's say you go to this party and you start talking to people in this party. Now you are socializing, you're talking to all these important people in the party. This is your behavior. Now it comes to the question, why you are behaving in such a manner. Your intention is leading to a certain behavior. So what is the intention? The intention is that you know that these people are important for my business. I have to build up the network. If I go and socialize with all these people, it is going to profit my company or my business. So that is your intention of growing your network, of growing your business. So hence this intention is leading to the behavior. Now from where does this intention comes from? It comes from two things. One is your attitude and second is subjective norms. Attitude means that, what is your attitude? Your personal feelings, your thought process. Maybe I feel that I have to succeed in life. I have, all the positive feelings that I want to grow in life. I want to earn a lot of money. So this, if I'll be successful, it'll be good for me. I will be very happy. I will be able to buy a, good house, nice luxury car, and so on. So this is your attitude. Because of your attitude, this has led to a certain kind of an intention. Second is subjective norm. Subjective norm means that what others would think of you, what the society will think of you. If you are going to, be successful, if you're going to think that way, if you're going to socialize with these people in the party, your family people, your friends, your relatives all will think that you have a good attitude, that you are, you're wanting to succeed in life. You are not a lazy person and you're doing the right thing. So society appreciates someone who is running after the success, who are not lazy, who just don't waste their time and make the use of their time. They're using it productively. So society likes that thing. So according to subjective norms, you're doing the right thing. According to your attitude, this is what your intention is. So here the attitude and the subjective norms together makes an intention. So that is the intention, that you want to build up your network. Hence this intention is leading to a certain behavior, that you are mingling, you're socializing with all the people in the party. So this is the whole thing is logically, and if you do the reasoning, it seems all nice and good and correct. So this is what theory of reasoned action is, TRA. What are the limitations of TRA, theory of reasoned action? The limitation is that it is very simplistic in nature, and that it simply says that a certain intention is going to lead to a certain kind of behavior. So this is a prediction of somebody's behavior. How can we predict a person's behavior? By knowing their intention. So this is too simplistic. In real world, things might not happen like this. Maybe I have a certain kind of an intention or an attitude, but I'm behaving altogether very different. So why is it happening? It should be 100% correct then, but it is not happening like that. So TRA has its own limitations, that it is too simplistic, and sometimes we do not behave as per our intentions. So we cannot predict the behavior on the basis of intention. That is when after 10 years came in a new theory, that is theory of planned behavior. What is theory of planned behavior? Theory of planned behavior came 10 years after the TRA, when when the psychologists realized that everything cannot depend upon the intention and behavior. Otherwise all the behaviors would have become very predictable, that we can always predict the behavior on the basis of intention, but that was not happening. There was this third factor. Now here, if you see in the diagram, the whole diagram is exactly the same of TPB as that of TRA. Only one factor has been added, that is perceived behavior control. So let's say, I'll give you an example to make you understand. I was giving you an example of a party. Now your attitude is good, that yes, you want to grow your network, your business. It's a good attitude. The society also agrees to it and admires people who are into success and who are making an effort, who are hardworking. So subjective norms are also perfectly fine. Now what is perceived behavioral control? Let's say you think you are very shy, and you think, if I go in the party, what will people think of me? Maybe I'm not looking that good, or maybe I'm looking too dull, or maybe if I speak I may start to stutter, or maybe when I speak people laugh at my ideas, and maybe they don't like me, or maybe they criticize. So basically what is perceived behavioral control? Where you feel that you cannot start the action, you cannot make that action or control the action. So maybe because of whatsoever reasons, you are not able to carry out the action because of your emotions, your other thought processes, your other problems that you have inside you. Because of that, that control action is not being carried out. That is a perceived control behavior. That can also lead to not going into the behavior. So maybe you don't end up going to the party at all, or you maybe the attitude was correct, your subjective norms were leading to the intention, still you did not carry out the behavior, you did not go to the party, because you were having low esteem, low self-confidence, or some kind of hesitation or shyness. That is the reason you did not go. So this is a theory of planned behavior, which is the actual one, because this is in a real scenario. It is not based only on the logical thinking that this should happen and this is how behavior is conducted on the basis of intention. No, there are many other factors, and it is more complicated in the real world. So that is why theory of planned behavior is the right one, which usually is carried out. So here let's do the TPB is comprised of 6 constructs that collectively represent a person's actual control over the behavior. The very first one is attitudes. So basically this refers to the degree to which a person has a favorable or unfavorable evaluation of the behavior of interest. It entails a consideration of the outcomes of performing the behavior. So basically it's your own attitude, whether it's favorable or if it's unfavorable, what is your interest like. Second is behavioral intention. This refers to the motivational factor that influences a given behavior, where the stronger the intention to perform the behavior, the more likely the behavior will be performed. For example, going to the gym. So more is your intention of losing the weight, that yes, I have to lose weight no matter what. So your intention is very, very strong. So more are the chances that you will land up in a gym and you won't miss a day. Third is subjective norms. This refers to the belief about whether most people approve or disapprove of the behavior. It relates to a person's beliefs about whether peers and people of importance to the person think he or she should engage in the behavior. Now, for example, let's say you really want to eat burger, okay, cheeseburger, and your intention is that you want to eat and you love eating, you are a big foodie, so that is your intention. And attitude, you are absolutely a food lover, so it's absolutely fine with you. So the behavior, it could be that you will eat a burger. But let's say subjective norms. People think it's bad to eat junk food. your family does not approve of it, they are, they are against it, that you are eating junk food, you should be eating more healthy food, and your friends also discourage you for the same. Now here subjective norms are opposite, they don't want you to eat, so this might influence your behavior. You might or you might not go out to eat a cheeseburger. Fourth is social norms. This refers to the customary codes of behavior in a group or people or larger cultural context. Social norms are considered normative, a standard in a group of behavior. So basically what people want, what a society actually agrees to or disagrees to, that has an effect on our intention as well as our behavior. Then fifth is perceived power. This refers to the perceived presence of factors that may facilitate or impede performance of a behavior. Perceived power contributes to a person's perceived behavioral control over each of those factors. And then sixth is perceived behavior control. This refers to a person's perception of the ease or difficulty of performing the behavior of interest. Perceived behavioral control varies across situations and actions, which results in a person having varying perceptions of behavioral control depending on the situation. This construct of the theory was added later and created the shift from the theory of reasoned action to the theory of planned behavior. So like we already discussed, that this was the added on theory of planned behavior, where people might think that even if I go to gym, I don't think that gym is going to help me to lose weight, or people, what people are going to think, or if I'm shy, I might think that people are going to watch me doing the workout, what if they laugh at me or make fun of me. So there could be a lot of things, and maybe that I'm not able to carry out this action. So this is a perceived behavioral control. Okay, so as you know that IB students have to write the supporting studies for their 9 and their 22 marker questions. So I'm going to give you supporting studies for TRA as well as TPB. Let's do it. So the very first supporting study is for TPB, Theory of Planned Behavior, by Johnston and White, 2003. Now, Johnson and White wanted to test the effectiveness of theory of planned behavior in predicting binge drinking behavior. The sample was comprised of 223 Australian undergraduate students with a mean age of 26. At the start of the testing period, participants filled in a series of questionnaires. The questionnaires measured the 3 aspects of theory of planned behavior. The participants were asked to answer the question using a 7-point Likert scale, with responses ranging from extremely unlikely to extremely likely. Now, sample of questions include: I find drinking 5 or more standard alcoholic drinks in a single session acceptable. This is for the attitude. If I drink 5 or more standard alcoholic drinks in a single session, most people who are important to me would find that acceptable. Subjective norm question: if I wanted to, it would be easy for me to drink 5 or more standard alcoholic drinks in a session. This is behavioral control. I intend to drink 5 or more standard alcoholic drinks in a single session in the next 2 weeks. This is the intention. So the researchers then had the participants return after 2 weeks and asked whether they had consumed 5 or more standard alcoholic drinks in a single session in the last 2 weeks. The findings indicated that 38% of participants had engaged in binge drinking over the past 2-week period, and that the components of the TPB accounted for 69% of the variance in the participants' behavior. Attitude, social norms and intention all played a significant role, but self-efficacy, perceptual control did not. The study by Johnson and White, 2003, demonstrates one of the consistent criticisms of the theory, that is, that not all 3 of the key components play a role in behavior. In Johnston and White's study, the questions were about one's sense of self-efficacy with regards to drinking. Do you think you can do it? Then let's do the evaluation of it. This is important, evaluation of the theory of planned behavior. There are some 22 marker questions where you have to evaluate the theory. So this is very important for the IB psychology students. The theory has high predictive validity in various areas of health psychology, including condom use, exercise and diet. However, the efficiency of the theory varies between health-related behavior categories. On the other hand, the theory is holistic. taking into account both cognitive processes and social norms. On the other hand, the theory focuses too much on cognitive processes and does not address the role of emotion or the biological effects of the drug themselves. The theory does not address the question of internal versus external motivation. It assumes that people make decisions based on rational processes. For example, someone might have a very negative attitude towards drinking and little intention to drink and yet engage in drinking as one is seeking group membership. Most of the research is correlational, making it impossible to establish a cause and effect relationship between cognitive processes and the behavior. In addition, this leads to the problem of bidirectional ambiguity. A positive attitude may lead one to join a group, or joining a group may lead one to have a more positive attitude about the group. The theory has good predictive validity with regard to the initiation, maintenance, and discontinuation of behavior, but it does not necessarily clearly address the question of addiction. Now next is the supporting study for Theory of Reasoned Action by Hosseini 2015. The background is breakfast is the most important daily meal but neglected more than other meals by children and adolescents. The aim of this study was to evaluate the effectiveness of an educational intervention based on the theory of reasoned action to increase breakfast consumption among school children in Bandar Abbas, Iran. Methods. In this quasi-experimental study, which was conducted in 2012, 88 students of 4 secondary schools in Bandar Abbas, south of Iran, were enrolled. Multi-stage cluster sampling was performed with random allocation of interventional and control groups. The study tool was a questionnaire which was filled by the students before and 2 months after the educational intervention. For data analysis, statistical tests include paired samples t-test, independent samples t-test, Wilcoxon test and Mann-Whitney test were used through SPSS V18 software. The results were the result of the study showed that application of TRA significantly increased scores of behavior of breakfast consumption. After the intervention, a significant increase was revealed in all nutrition intakes except for fat and sugar. So the conclusion is that the findings support application of the TRA in improving the intention and behavior of breakfast consumption. Applying this theory for designing interventions to increase breakfast eating is recommended. This was a very easy chapter on thinking and decision making. I hope you liked it, and if you have any questions, if you have any queries that you have not understood, please write in the comments below, and do not forget to like, share and subscribe my channel, because I'll be talking much more about psychology in general videos on IB psychology and on other boards as well. You can even make a demand what kind of video you want me to put on, like maybe upload. I mean, you can talk about any question, how to answer, how to structure the answer of a question or anything, and I would be happy to upload a video for the same.